This video is intended to demonstrate one method for flat folding a SOF tourniquet or SOF tourniquet. If you're not familiar, these are fantastic tourniquets. A lot of people are familiar with CAT tourniquets. The SOF tourniquet is also a fantastic tourniquet. It's actually one of my favorites, and it works in some applications as far as transporting better than others because it can be made a little bit flatter than a CAT tourniquet. But one of the challenges with it is it's a little bit tricky sometimes to know how to fold and stage it so it'll actually fit in certain pouches or holders or pockets and things. And so this is just one method for doing that. Typically when the SOF tourniquet comes out of its packaging, it's wound up kind of flat, but it's not the most precise that it could be as far as how it's folded. And so this method will help you figure out a way that's consistent, that you can fold SOF tourniquets repeatedly the same way and have it fit in a variety of places very flat. So the tourniquet itself typically comes out and the tail end of the strap is usually somewhere around this point. The first thing we want to do is go ahead and actually pull that to where basically it's the label on the tourniquet itself stops just before this D-ring style buckle. For this method, we are going to leave this attached. I think that's ideal. If I needed to, loosen this or pull it apart during the field, I would do that, but I like to leave it attached. And then we're going to also go ahead and make sure at this point that the windlass itself is oriented straight up and down and fits in between the windlass locking wings there, that plastic piece there. Okay, so we're just going to have everything laid out just like this. But again, we have the tail end of the SOF tourniquet about like so, and that leaves us all of this. And the reason I want to have it staged like that is it not only helps me get a consistent flat fold, but this is also about as big as the tourniquet can be made, and that means I don't have to fumble with it so much in the field. If I started with it like this and then realize, oh, I've got somebody with a larger limb, then I've got to loosen it before I can apply it to them. I want to go ahead and just be able to apply it and then tighten it down. All right, now this is just one example. This is the Riker Tourniquet pouch from KSG Armory. So that's going to be our example today. This pouch is designed to work with both SOF tourniquets as well as CAT tourniquets from North American Rescue as well. To my knowledge, it's one of the few tourniquet pouches out there that actually works with both tourniquets equally well. So we've got the tail end of the strap staged right there like so. The first thing I like to do is go to the other end where it comes out from the bottom of the tourniquet, and I'm going to just fold this back up into this fold point. Now let me help you understand where that fold point occurs, because your tourniquet may come more like this. If you start right here at that metal piece and just fold this back, that's what I'm talking about. This helps minimize the footprint of the tourniquet as well as allows it to be folded flatly. Yes, you could fold it flatly with it staged like this, but it's a lot longer than it needs to be. And in many pouches, this ends up just flopping around. And so I'll show you how that stages nicely in the Riker tourniquet pouch when this is folded over. So we've got this folded back like so, and at that fold point, I'm going to double the strap back. And we're just going to fold this like a Z fold, and we're just going to go back and forth. And you can see this one was already done like that, so it helps me in this case, but you're going to have to create those folds yourself. And so at some point we're going to get to where we start running out of material. And at this point we're going to allow all this to tuck underneath that folded portion, and all this is going to fold over like so. And then even the buckle itself is going to fold around to the back side. Now, if you wanted to just wrap a couple of rubber bands over this, because that's what you prefer to have it remain flat, you could do that. But as you can see, that's pretty flat. And so that's the approach. So just start at the bottom and then just Z fold your way until you run out of material, and then fold the buckle around the back side, and there's your flat folded SOF tourniquet. And then what you'll find is that this perfectly inserts into the Riker tourniquet pouch, and even the buckle portion just kind of sits inside there, and it's no longer flopping around and causing, it's not going to make noise on you or anything as you're running around. If we have a few guys out there in uniform that are using these on their belts, and so we don't want it to be a noisemaker. You'll see that the portion of the buckle where you can disconnect it, that is sitting here flat across the top. And so that kind of gives you an indication of also where that fold needs to occur in the tourniquet for this to work like that so that it stays nice and flat. So that is one method for flat folding a SOF tourniquet.